Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Nordic Private Equity Forum 2020. And we are broadcasting live from London today with panelists and speakers joining us from across the Nordics and the UK.
I reread my coverage from the last physical Nordic M&A Forum in February, and then the biggest threat to market activity was the climate change. And there have been many events since then that have changed the market, with a solid recovery of M&A activity picking up in the Nordics during the third quarter.
Let's start with more of a macro level. Where do you see most investment opportunities?
If you look at it's kind of two phases of it, I want to say. In early March and April, it was very high conviction deals that and sectors that we've been following for a long time. I think as we went into Q3, our deals looked more and more like sectors that have been hit hard by COVID, but where there is a long-term secular kind of trend.
And in looking for investment opportunities, Alireza, how do you see that PE can compete with these high IPO valuations?
This is a competition with the IPO market up here in the Nordics. We have a fantastic equity market in these geographies. If we compare with some of the other geographies that we invest into, France, Germany, the Benelux market, you have to have a certain scale and size to be able to attract interest from the institutional investors. Here you can be a fairly decent sized mid or small size company and at quite early stages, and you can still reach out on that broad equity market in the IPO scene.
The world today is characterized by uncertainty on so many levels. And Summa is built on the desire to be part of the solution to today's global challenges and to behave accordingly to that. Because we believe that all of these megatrends, which results from the uncertainty in the world, are actually great investment opportunities. And our investment approach is based on screening on three levels. It needs to have a thematic fit, it needs to have a positive impact on at least one of the SDGs, and of course, great potential for financial returns and growth.
The sector that you mentioned as the largest loser, which is tourism and leisure, I see even potential there. We can use a situation like this together with the management to really make fundamental changes quite quickly. And of course, such a crisis will change the landscape of competition. Certain companies will not survive. And the ones that actually can make those changes and become stronger, they are, I think, going to come out as winners once we are beyond the pandemic time.
Simon, in times like this, how do you assess the Nordic market vis-a-vis other parts of the global investment universe? And what is then, with that in mind, your appetite for Nordic managers?
Essentially, capital and the management teams and the outward-facing nature of the Nordic markets, they've always been producing businesses which are very much international mindset and quality. And clearly there's also been a bent for innovation and tech, and both of those, internationalization and tech, have proved to be resilient places to be, particularly in this environment.
The Nordic market is one of the most vibrant ecosystems for private equity in Europe, supported by more stable and resilient economies, and that's very much proven to be the case in the pandemic. Strong legal systems and a vast number of very well established and experienced private equity managers, so really important market for us.